Hey, it's Eran here. Wanted to do a quick, maybe not so quick, but I'll do a live, basically a live Q&A. And I have a bunch of questions that I've received from different people. And I'll tell you kind of the purpose of why I'm doing it. Now, just so you know, I'm here on Instagram. I'm also here on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch as well. So wherever you're comfortable watching this, that's totally cool. Hello. If you tell me your name as well, if you're on Facebook, that way I can see your name as well. I'd love to know. And this is the idea of what I wanted to do. I wanted to do a live Q&A to do with a bunch of questions I've been receiving in the last 24, 48 hours since I opened the membership doors. And these questions are, number one, to do with the membership, but also coaching related questions that people just wanted to know. So I just wanted to kind of take care of the different questions that I've been asked and give you as much info as I can about different topics. We're going to cover business coaching questions, outsourcing, hiring virtual assistant, different software to use for your online business, things along these lines. And you're welcome to obviously ask questions about the membership or ask questions in the comments, and I'm just going to try and do my best. Now, the reason I'm also doing this is it's a little bit of a pilot, because remember, I'm launching this as a templates and coaching membership. The templates part is easy, to be honest. That's the easy part, because I've got a lot of templates. I've got virtual assistants working for me. It's not difficult for me to put things together, and I already have a lot of stuff. So when I open the doors to the membership, it will be open in the beginning of March, and you'll be able to see there's going to be stuff there already: email templates, Systeme templates, Canva templates, and all that stuff. But the coaching stuff is still to be figured out. Now, what I was thinking is that once a month, I will do a live Q&A like this and just answer your questions for however long that takes. Maybe it will take me 20 minutes, or it will take me 5 hours. I've got no idea. So I figured, you know what? Let's do a little test, and you get a bit of a taste on what it's like to do a bit of live Q&A with me. So you're welcome to ask me any questions. I have a massive list of questions already that is actually being asked. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to paste it in. I actually had a bit of issue on laying this out in on YouTube and like on the streaming software. So I'm just going to paste in all the questions on my Facebook page, so you can kind of see what it is that I'm going to be answering, number one. And also, if you look at the YouTube description, you'll see what questions I'm answering as well. So I was able to upload those on YouTube, okay? So anyway, you are welcome to stay tuned. And then also, I will have a timestamp, a virtual assistant who will go and timestamp each individual question, so you can refer to the specific questions you want, okay? So let's just go through one by one. So question number one. If somebody asks me if I hire, and this is a new member, asked me, if I hire a video editor, do you recommend paying by the hour or per video? And if so, what will be a standard rate for a video editor? So I would definitely say that if you're going to hire a video editor, I definitely recommend pay by the video, not by the hour, because there is a lot of variables on what tools they're using. Are they using Adobe? Are they using a simple video? Are they using a video that's long, short? What type of editing you want? Things along these lines. What I would say is hire a video editor. Okay, this is how I did it, okay? I basically hired a dozen video editors. I gave them all one reel to do, short video, just a reel, 1 minute video. I gave it to them. I also gave it to them in multiple formats. One of them was square, one of them was horizontal, things along these lines. And one of them was face to camera, one of them was screen recording, one of them was a segment from a video, different things like that. And basically, I gave them the opportunity to share with me their process, basically, and see who did the best job. Now, by doing that, I learned, number one, how to manage them better, how to give them feedback, what type of style do I like, because they all have different styles, right? And also, it gave me an ability to shortlist my favorite video editor. Once I got a couple of really good ones, I then hired them permanently, and I gave them a video editing tutorials course, so they kind of see the style of what I want and how I like things to be done. And basically, in terms of the pricing, I definitely do it per video. And this worked really well because I don't really care how long it takes them. I don't care if it takes them 10 hours or half hour. As far as I'm concerned, I'm getting the value. And also, you may notice that some video editors, for example, this is a mistake on their part, I think. They're actually saying that you can have unlimited revisions. And that is like additional value. And to be honest, I don't want unlimited revisions, because the more times I have to send them a revision, that means I'm wasting my time watching their video, their draft, their proposal. it's a total waste of my time. Why am I paying you for, right? So if my video editors have to have a review more than once, to me, they're not an asset. They're more of a liability at that stage, okay? So obviously you got to train your VA. So obviously at the beginning, there was a lot more corrections. Like now my video editor, I mean, she gets probably, I'd say 3 out of 5 videos she get them perfect. I don't even have to make any corrections. So it's really good, right? And I'd say 1 in 10, she does a stupid mistake, right? Like a silly mistake. And, sometimes I just have some improvements and that's okay. But silly mistakes, maybe 1 in 10, like it's really minimal, right? So that's what I would say. In terms of what's a standard rate, the person asking me was paying $15 for a reel, and that's okay. It's not crazy cheap, but it's pretty cheap. Like it's decent for a video. If you're doing a YouTube video, 8 minutes, 10 minutes, yes, that could be longer. But overall, that particular pricing, $15 per video, that's reasonable. And also you'll find that they have sliding scales. So you can actually buy 10 videos at a time. That's going to get it cheaper as well. So that's the answer to that question. Next question. What are the email templates you refer to in the membership? So the email templates that I have, I mean, so here's the thing with email templates. I have email templates that I have basically sourced from another private label, and they were good email templates. I wanted to use them, right? That's number one. I've also written my own email templates, and also there's another software that actually provides email templates, and I got a tutorial on that. In total, based on my tutorial, my instructions, what I have prepared, and my own, off the top of my head, is going to be about 20, maybe 15 different types of email templates. For example, there's going to be a book a call email template, email nurturing sequence email template, affiliate promotion email template, re-engagement, like getting a dead list to kind of re-engage email template, things along these lines. So these are the type of templates, webinar registration templates, virtual summit templates, and so on. So not all of them will be released immediately, but there's going to be definitely like the book a call templates, nurture templates, affiliate templates. Those are the ones that immediately will definitely be released. And there's going to be more over time. And also, here's the thing. This is a founding member launch because I want the founding members to give me feedback on what they need and want, what's valuable to them. And then, of course, I will create those templates based on request. So obviously, like, I'm not going to give everything in one go because also I don't want to cause overwhelm. I'll provide some things and then I'll get feedback and build it up from there. Okay. So that's the answer to that question. Next question I'm going to answer is, what program are you streaming from? So I use wave.video. If you go to eran.link/wave.video, no space, that's the software that I use. There's a free plan. There's also a paid plan, $20 a month or something like that. I bought this on AppSumo for $99 or something. So it's an amazing software. And yeah, there you go. So that's that. Are you still using / recommending Loom? The answer is yes. So in case you don't know, Loom is a Chrome extension specifically for having like video recordings, which you can do to record standard operating procedures for virtual assistants. If you want to save meetings, if you want to record video feedback. So for example, when I record a YouTube video, I always use Loom. When I record a tutorial for my virtual assistant, I record Loom. If I'm doing a video audit for one of my members or want to review something, I will use Loom. So just to give you an idea, last year I did over 700 videos on Loom. Okay, I got a little summary and I use it all the time. It saves time from meetings. It saves time from trying to explain things in writing, which sometimes is a little bit difficult. So I really like using Loom. It's a great tool. There is a free plan. You have a limit of 5 minutes per video and only up to 50 videos. I have so many videos and it's only $10 a month. I highly recommend it. So yeah, that's Loom. Go to eran.link/Loom. Next question. Will there be any live contact with you in the templates and coaching membership, or is it evergreen? So the answer to that question is, what I'm doing now is potentially the contact that you'll have with me as part of the templates and coaching membership. Now, the templates and coaching membership is, like I said, it's primarily templates and coaching through checklists, coaching through digital guides, tutorials, things along the side, not necessarily live coaching. However, what I'm doing now is a test to see How do I go? How long does it take me? Like I've listed like 20 questions based on questions I've received in the last 24 hours. Maybe I'll just do this once a month. I don't mind, right? So it's all about figuring out the process that's going to work. I would love to do a Q&A where you have a little bit more direct access. And also, if you watched my churnless membership live stream, you would have seen my vision for the membership long term. I would love to also bring in other coaches. And that's pretty much the kind of the concept, okay? So there is not going to be live contact in the membership, but I would like it to be, if that makes sense. So basically what I'm saying is I'm not guaranteeing anything, but it's possible. For example, what I'm doing now is a perfect example, okay? Next question, what price point will this membership eventually be? So right now the membership is $77 a month, $77 a year, or $49 for every 6 months. Now the pricing is undecided. I can tell you just ideas, and these do not hold me to it, okay? These are just ideas, and I'll just be straight up. I'm thinking I will raise the price to either $99 a year, $147 a year, or $199 or $197 a year. That's the prices that I'm thinking right now. I'm also thinking that over time, I will add more things, such as my courses, such as guest experts, and things along these lines. So it just depends on how things are going to evolve over time, okay? Now, there is also different strategies for memberships and membership launches, which I'm not going to divulge here, okay? That's something that I'm going to leave for members only in my membership guide, where I'm going to write a guide about how to launch a membership. And I'll explain the funnel, the backend, the numbers, crunching the numbers, defining members launch, how to price things, pricing strategies, things along these lines. And all of that is going to kind of dictate what I'm going to do with the pricing, because I don't really know yet, but I'm thinking 99, 147, 197. That's kind of off the top of my head. There is a possibility that I will not have it open at all, but it will only be something that people could join if they, as part of an upsell for something else. That's another potential strategy. That's called a back-end membership. So again, that's another strategy. If you want to go and check out a blog where I outline 7 strategies for memberships, you can go to eran.link /tribeblog if you want to check it out, okay? So that's that. Next question, do you provide tutorials on Squarespace? No, I do not. I'm not familiar with Squarespace. I mean, I have supported members. I've built 1 or 2 websites on it. It's not really my territory, if that makes sense. I'm primarily more of a funnels person. Email marketing, online courses. Squarespace is more of a portfolio website, so not really. Are there new Zenler templates in the membership? There is one template on new Zenler specifically for landing pages. There is also a template that I've done for sales pages previously on new Zenler. I will have to make some tweaks in order to launch it. So there's probably going to be a sales page template for new Zenler as well. That's the templates that I have. I would love, there is a company that I really love, which they do new Zenler templates, and I would love to buy that company. I don't know if they'll sell to me, and I don't know what will be the price if they do sell to me. I'm hoping long-term to buy that company and include it as part of the membership. If that happens, you'll definitely know about it if you're in the membership. Of course, if you join at the $77 a year, there's not going to be an extra cost. That's going to be included, okay? Next question, what is the cutoff time on the 22nd? The cutoff time is midnight Pacific Standard Time. So basically, as late as possible on the planet, okay? So 22nd, that's going to be the cutoff time. There is going to be a countdown timer. The automation is all set up. It's not like I manually go and change the times based on what I feel like. Like the moment you see that countdown timer on the sales page reach 0, it will redirect to the waitlist, and that's going to be it, right? So don't miss out. There's not going to be like a comeback later or something like that. $77 is the price. It's the best price you'll get, and yeah, that's that. Do you use and support WordPress? So it's a tricky question. I do use WordPress. I don't really support WordPress. When I say I use WordPress, is that, let me just move because I'm not seeing the comments here. I don't really like to use WordPress, to be honest, because it's complicated to integrate different pieces. Sorry, I'm trying to do the Instagram at the same time. I don't really like to support it because it's really difficult to teach somebody how to use WordPress. There are so many variables, plugins, things that could go wrong. And I don't know, I'm just not a fan of it. And yeah, that's just that, right? I know there's some people who vouch for WordPress and it's great. the reality is that I have a family member who's incredible at WordPress. He's a full-blown developer, and if I've got something broken, he will help fix it. Also, he custom coded my WordPress website for me specifically, so I've got that support. If I didn't have him, honestly, I would absolutely not be using WordPress whatsoever. So that's the answer to that. If you're using WordPress and you're suffering, please do me a favor and reach out to me. Just email me, contact@eranbukai.com. I'll help you sort it out, or go to eranfunnels.com/software and book a free consultation with me to help you with your software. Let me tackle some questions here on the chat. And Dale, thanks. I'm seeing you on Instagram. I bought the $77 deal this week. Great value. Awesome, Dale. Really glad to have you. I appreciate it. Also, if you want to hop with me on the live, I'm happy to get to know you. I don't think I've spoken to you. So if you want to join me, send me a message on Messenger now, and then I'll happily talk to you live if you like to have a chat. So yeah. Vanessa Emily Hunt, I'd like to mention this to a mini momentum pod I'm part of. We'd like to pass the deals to one another. How do I explain what this is to them? Great question. So tell them it's a templates and coaching membership. Basically, you can give them the link EranTemplates.com, and just tell them that basically it's a membership to help entrepreneurs save a lot of time, both on content creation from Canva, whether it's social media post or Facebook banner or course slides, things along these lines. And also there is templates for project management to be more productive, efficient. For example, I'm going to share things on Blue, which is a project management tool. There's also going to be tutorials to do with Google Sheets. So why Google Sheets, right? Because you want to be really good with numbers. So if you don't have your numbers laid out, when you're starting your business, you're operating on emotion. You got to know your numbers. And also, one of the things in this membership, and like I've had somebody ask me probably 2 weeks ago, and I told them about this membership, and I said it's going to be $77 a year. And they were like, that doesn't make any sense. Why would it be so cheap? Now, on the surface, it's like, why is it so cheap? But the reality is there is other things on the back end. There is other numbers that I know I'm going to monetize throughout the lifetime value of the customer. There's other numbers that matter in business, not just the front end. There's the front end, the back end, the upsell, the downsell, the subscription, the recurring, the one-time, things along these lines. And when you understand those numbers and you can utilize Google Sheets to be able to calculate things, you can actually crunch the numbers to see, is a business plan going to be profitable or not? So that's an example of a template that I'll be sharing, but also a tutorial to explain these concepts as well. Vanessa, I would just say, you can either connect us on Messenger together, or just share with them EranTemplates.com. So there you go. Another question on the chat: where do I find a good VA without paying £500 to an organization to get one? I had one, was great, but sometimes she simply doesn't get back to me, so I kept forgiving her, but now she has done it too often. Fee $67 an hour. You absolutely do not have to pay an organization £500. I hate to say the word, you're being ripped off, because that organization, that company probably does a good service on vetting people typically, but there are way cheaper, affordable, easier option. Now, I actually resell VA services, right? So I make money by putting a markup on virtual assistants sometimes, okay? However, you can literally go to Upwork and post a job and find a VA for, the cheapest VA that I use is actually $3 an hour. Now, $3 an hour is a very low leverage task. All they do is they create timestamps for me. So they will watch a video and they will literally make chapters. It's a very low skill task, right? So you can find VAs very, very cheaply depending on the task. My video editors make much more. My tech support people, they make much more. It just depends who you need, who you want, things along these lines. When I obviously hired somebody to help me publish a book on Amazon, I paid a much higher price. So, it was more like $80 an hour, give or take. So it just depends what the type of skill that you're looking for. And one tip on hiring VAs, I'll tell you the blueprint that I have right now that I would follow if I was in your shoes. The first thing you want to do is open up a Google Doc and outline exactly what it is that you want to outsource. Okay, you'll probably find that some things you want to outsource, you don't need to outsource. You can actually automate. And other things you'll probably find that you can actually eliminate because they're not really necessary. And then you're left with the correct shortlist of what you truly need to outsource. Okay, I can go into more detail, but that's my suggestion to you. I don't know your name, by the way. If you want to leave a comment to let me know what your name is, I'd love to know. Are you using ReStream? No, I'm using wave.video. Okay, so I'm going to keep on going through the questions that I had before this webinar. So give me 1 second. Okay, next question. What is your experience with Searchie? Okay, so Searchie is, in case you don't know, it's a video hosting / membership hub. And that particular membership hub it's a good platform, but it's a fancy video hosting platform. Now, I don't use it for the membership. I don't use it for that particular purpose. What I use it for specifically is actually video hosting. The reason I use it for video hosting is a number of reasons. Number one, when I was getting very close to monetizing my YouTube channel, little backtrack. Over the last 3 years, I have done well over 700 Zoom one-on-one calls, okay? These are primarily being people that paid me for a one-on-one session on Zoom, either $50, $99, $300, $330, or a package of 2 or 4 or 8 sessions. So I have done 700 plus of those over the last 3 years, which is a lot. Now, I was recording those sessions for the purpose of the person who paid me to actually get help, okay? Now, not to get help, to be able to refer back to the video. So what I've done is I used those sessions and uploaded them to YouTube, and I basically used YouTube for hosting purposes. And I shared with them the link as unlisted. Unlisted meaning nobody could see it except for those with the link. Now, when I was getting closer to being monetized on YouTube, which now I'm actually monetized on YouTube. I actually make money from YouTube ad revenue. And when they were going to check my account, I didn't want them to see 700 plus videos because they'll be like, what the hell is this? Like, it's not exactly in the terms and conditions for YouTube, okay? So basically what I did is I paid Searchie. I had a virtual assistant download all my videos from YouTube, upload them to Searchie. That way, there's a couple of benefits. Number one, I clear out my YouTube, storage, number one. Number two, the videos in Searchie don't have to be public either. They're acting as unlisted. They're not part of a membership hub, so I can share those links. Additionally, there's another extra value is that Searchie automatically transcribes all your videos. So now when I do one-on-one calls with clients, what happens is that they can actually go to the transcription and search for a specific keyword based on our conversations. If they remember, oh yeah, we spoke about, webinars or whatever, they can actually go and do a search webinars and find our discussion, okay? So that's where it's really valuable. Now, the other thing that is valuable is Searchie has a direct integration with Zoom. So now what it means is that previously when I would do a Zoom one-on-one session, I would do the one-on-one on Zoom. It will then render, save on my desktop, then I'll have to manually upload it to YouTube. Massive time waste. Instead, Searchie has an automation. It automatically connects to my Zoom account, and it automatically pulls the Zoom session into Searchie automatically. So it saves me time of having to upload it myself. So there is also that benefit. So even though it does cost me extra cost, it's just got better value. Additionally, Searchie has a feature which I really like, which is you can actually create chapters inside videos. Now, I'm not going to do chapters for the one-on-one coaching, but I do chapters as part of course videos. And if you see a list of all my course videos, every course video that's above 5 minutes or so, it's all been chaptered by my virtual assistant to increase the value of my courses and digital products. So, and then I embed those Searchie videos on Systeme. There's also the ability to create playlists, which is very similar to YouTube. So that's pretty much what I use Searchie for. Now, they do have different features on the hub and things like that. I don't use it for that purpose. I use it strictly as a video storage / video hosting. Now, I've got 2 more YouTube video tutorials or reviews on Searchie. One that I did early last year and in the middle of last year. You're welcome to check it out on my YouTube channel. Just search YouTube Eran Bukai Searchie. You'll find the 2 videos. So that's that. Okay. Hey, Judy. Yes, of course, I remember you. And yep, thank you for your question. I really appreciate it. If you have any other question, let me know. Also, I'm not sure if you joined the membership or not. I'd love for you to check it out. Go to EranTemplates.com to check out their membership and maybe know somebody that might benefit from it. Okay, next question. So you have a course on setting up workflows on Systeme.io. Now, workflows, in case you don't know, it's basically email automations, but it's a little bit more sophisticated. So you can actually have a trigger in Systeme where when somebody subscribes to something or you add a tag to somebody and then it triggers an email, it assigns them to a course, but it can also actually test who the subscriber is and actually create different rules. So you can create different email journeys depending on who's subscribing. So if somebody subscribed to my lead magnet, for example, and I have an email sequence to sell them the landing page in a day course, and I have an email sequence of 20 different emails, I can set up an automation in workflows where, let's say, the moment somebody makes a purchase, automatically that person stops receiving the emails. But if they don't make the purchase, they will continue. So that's really important to kind of understand when it comes to workflows. It gets a little bit more complicated. So I don't recommend people to work on that at the very beginning, but it is something that can be explored. I recommend if you're using Systeme at the very beginning, just use campaigns. It's much better. And then you can use workflows as you get a little bit more advanced. Okay. I do have a tutorial on workflows on my YouTube channel. Again, you can Google or YouTube Eran Bukai Systeme.io workflows. Okay. Judy, so the content, yeah, definitely. So Judy, if you go to EranTemplates, erantemplates.com, just type it into your browser and check it out. That will give you the answers that you're looking for. If you want, let me just, I'll just send it to you on Messenger now to make your life easier. Yeah, so Judy, just finding you on Messenger. I just sent it to you on Messenger. You can check it out. Yeah, and let me know if you have any questions, basically. I'm going to be in Dubai 1st of April. Oh, awesome. Let me know when you're here. We'll go for a coffee. And then I'll meet your daughter, obviously, because I've actually met her. I did speak to her on WhatsApp, but yeah, it will be nice to meet. Okay, so let's go to the next question. Next question is, I'm looking to migrate my website. Do you have a VA I could borrow? So yes, I do have a VA. The VA pricing is between $10 to $20 per hour, depending if you're working with me versus working directly with a VA. If you're working with me, of course, I raise the price a little bit because I'm adding for markup. If you want to talk to the VA directly, I will just connect you up. That's totally fine. But then it's between you and them, and that's up to you, right? So if somebody's interested in that, just let me know. Now, it depends what software you're using as well as to whether or not I would recommend that particular VA. So you got to be watchful on that. Just let me know. You can shoot me a message on Messenger if you're interested, or leave a comment below if you're interested in migrating your website from one platform to another. Just let me know. And also, I actually have a 10-page guide that explains how to efficiently migrate your website from one platform to another. Okay, so you're welcome to check that out. Yeah, just leave a comment, and then I'll be able to link it for you. Okay, so that's another little thing. By the way, that's one of the guides that I've created for the membership. It's actually free, but anyway, that's a guide. Does the membership program include info, training, support on Systeme.io? So, a couple of things. If you're using Systeme.io and you're using my affiliate link, I'm going to give you access to my online course, website DIY course on Systeme.io. That's number one. That will give you a full checklist on how to set things up. It's a really good course, and yes, that's number one. If you are not using my affiliate link or you've already joined Systeme.io, I actually have 50 plus tutorials on Systeme.io on my YouTube channel. You can check them out. Additionally, there are templates in the membership specifically for Systeme.io. For example, I have a really freaking good template on how to create shareable links on thank you pages. And that template and tutorial is ready. That's going to be ready on the 3rd of March, or it's going to be by the 3rd of March. I'm going to open the membership doors, basically. So that's already going to be there, and it's a really good template, and there is a tutorial. So some templates will have a tutorial, some of them will not. It just depends. Additionally, I am currently hiring a Systeme.io template designer. So that's something that I'm currently interviewing for, basically. So if you're interested, shoot me a message. Let me know what your prices are, and I am already kind of interviewing one person, which I might go with them, but we'll see. So anyway, that's something that's happening in the back end as well. So there's a lot of stuff happening behind the scene, but anyway, that's that. So definitely, there's not going to be any particular training or support. That's more for the tech support membership, but there is templates and there's going to be tutorials. Next question, is the template membership video based? Great question. So the membership is not per se video based. It's templates, guides, checklists, email swipes, things along these lines. However, in order for me to explain how to use different things, I really have to record videos in some cases. So yes, there's definitely going to be videos, but it's not full-blown online courses. Now, if you watched my Churnless membership masterclass live stream a few days ago, I did talk about the fact that I do want to include courses. That's a possibility, okay? So that's that. If I sign up for the system using your affiliate link, do you have any bonuses? Yes, I do. You can get my website DIY course on Systeme.io. Would I have the opportunity to ask questions if I'm stuck anywhere while implementing things? So again, I make no promises about actual human support and access to me with the templates and coaching membership, because it's $77 a year. It's not a lot. If I have 1,000 members or 2,000 or 10,000 members, which I might, well, it's going to be a bit difficult to do, okay? However, if I do reach those numbers, I can hire more people. I can have more experts. I can have more coaches. So I will have some sort of support like that. Additionally, I'm doing this live stream as a test to see how I feel about doing this type of Q&As, see the engagement, see what questions I'm getting, and setting all this up. So that's an example. So I might just do one live per month on something like that. I love this question. Do you have any training on creating a membership in erantemplates.com? I will absolutely have that. I do not have a specific guide like that's going to be a full glide on that, okay? There will be like 1,000%, but that's not ready yet. So that's going to be one of those things that I have it on the roadmap. It's going to take me a few weeks, few months, maybe it will take me a year before I get to that. Now, the reason I'm saying it might take me a year is because I'm going to prioritize based on what members want to see. So if I have a lot of members saying, wanting to get that particular template, like I will survey what do people want to see. If I get a lot of votes on that, I will do the membership one first, okay? So it just depends. But yeah, I definitely intend on having that. Dale said, live streams are a great idea. Yeah, I don't mind it, to be honest. I really like that. I think it's a good extra add-on, to be honest. But I just didn't want to commit to it. You know what I mean? But I'm totally open to it. And also, Dale, when you actually join the members area, Dale is on Instagram. That's why I'm talking here as opposed to here. Dale, when you join the members area on the 3rd of March, you'll actually see that one lesson is specifically to submit questions. And then the process that I already have that set up. The questions get submitted. It goes to an Excel spreadsheet. And then my VA takes those questions, puts it on Wave, or creates slides for me where I can take questions one by one. That's kind of the idea. It might be a bit more too complicated. So I might just do it like, okay, no, just Google Doc and that's it. Again, I'm all about figuring out what's going to work most efficiently. Just like I'm selling templates and coaching and processes, there's still things that I'm still trying to figure out. So that's kind of the answer to that question. But yeah, I'd definitely love to do the live stream. They're definitely energy consuming, but once a month, I think this is pretty cool. And also, I don't have thousands of members yet. When I have thousands of members, I mean, one live stream might not be enough. So we'll see. Whoever asked that question, do you have any training on creating a membership? Please let me know who you are. I'd love to know your name as well. But hopefully I answered your question. Next question. Would I have the opportunity to ask questions if I'm stuck? Okay, I answered that. What are all your tutorials on? If you go to my YouTube channel, my tutorials on YouTube are primarily on New Zenler. Then subsequently, it is Systeme. That's the two biggest ones. I also have tutorials on Searchie. I also have tutorials on Kajabi. And those are the main tools that I have tutorials on. If there's other tools that people really want tutorials on, I'm totally open to it. For example, I have a tutorial on wave.video as an example. I also have tutorials on Blue, but Blue is tutorials as part of an online course because I use that as a bonus for people who use Blue for my affiliate link. So that's that. I love how organized you are. Do you have a cheat sheet on how to get organized? Honestly, this is one of the biggest values in the membership, I think, because if I was to show you my backend, I know I'm biased, but I do have really freaking good processes, okay? And I use Blue for a lot of my processes and automations, and a lot of that is in my tutorials on Blue. Now, the tutorials on Blue could be implemented in other tools. It could be implemented for Airtable or Trello or ClickUp, but there are good processes. Processes is all about visualizing, and I'm not talking visualization like, the mental aspect. I'm talking about visualizing, sketching, pen to paper, mapping out sequences. What is the sequence from A to Z on whatever it is you want to accomplish in your business? And that's pretty much what I would recommend that you do, is always map out what is the process, the steps that have to take place. And then this is one of the things that for the live stream, like if somebody wants to come on the live or something like that, maybe I'll do some one-on-ones like that live so people can listen. But different processes, like for example, one of the guides that I plan on doing is all the different processes and organization tips that I have. And I would love to share all these things. Like I've got a CEO dashboard in Blue, for example, and I have a tab in Blue which has all my ideas. That's how I avoid the shiny object syndrome, because I've got all the ideas listed in one place and I don't touch them, but at least I don't forget about them. And then I have a tab which is called current focus, which is just like what am I doing right now as the main focus. So for example, right now, the main focus is very simple: landing page challenge, the paid advertising funnel that I'm currently testing, and my templates and coaching, and also this and then this launch, obviously. That is it. That's it. That's the focus. Everything else I cast aside. Okay, so that's that. Judy said, I asked for the membership. We'll be launching my membership very soon. First 5-day challenge. Fantastic. That's great. Yeah, no, that's great, Judy. One thing you could look at, Judy, is go to eran.link/tribeblog. That's a blog about memberships. After you have a read of my sales page on the templates, let me know and I'll send you the link on the membership launch, the membership. Basically, the education I have on memberships, I do have one blog on it. I'll send it to you once you finish looking at my templates sales page. What is Blue? Blue is a project management tool that I use to organize my entire business. And you know what? I'm just going to do a quick demo. For those that can't see, like if you're on Instagram, you're not going to see this, but I'm going to share my screen and show you an example. Actually, that's tricky. Yeah, no, I'll show an example. Uno momento. I'm going to share my screen. So I'm going to show you my landing page challenge workflow. I'm going to pretend that there's a name here. So let's say there's a new customer that joins. You can see my screen, right? Okay. Yeah, it's like Trello, exactly. So you can see my screen. So let's just say somebody is a new customer. And then you'll notice here that as soon as I added the name, it automatically adds the due date, it assigns it to my VA, and it created a checklist of everything she needs to do. Now she's going to go and implement those steps. Once she's done it, the task is going to move here, which is the next part. As soon as she does that, okay, here's what's going to happen. Pay attention. This is really important that you see how this flows. I'm going to click on this, and then you'll notice that it automatically ticked off all the steps automatically, and it created the new tasks to be done. Okay. Then it assigns the new VA. So the new VA got assigned. They got a new due date. The checklist of the previous VA were ticked off, and the new checklist for the new VA were created. Now, the second VA is going to move it to the next step once he's done his steps. And you'll notice as soon as he moves it, here's what's going to happen. It's going to automatically tick the checklist, done, all of these steps. And also you'll notice that it got assigned to me because that's now my steps. Now it's going to move to the next phase, which is live is done. And what's going to happen is you'll see there's a new checklist as well. And I get assigned and it gives me a 7 days deadline. All these automations are automatically assigned with literally just moving this and nothing else. I'm going to delete this, but these are automations that I have for project management. So I have it for my landing page challenge. I have it for my new company, dcthosting.com, which, by the way, I did a 3-part video series on building a business from scratch. This is the business I'm talking about. I also have my CRM pipeline, which I can't show you because it's got people's email addresses and personal information and stuff. So you can check out, for example, this is a whole CRM pipeline. This is my EranTemplates. So you'll see a list of all the different ideas that I have here. So for example, the March templates, Google Sheets templates, financial goals, every software that I use, 33 ways to generate traffic, Linktree templates, affiliate program guide, calendar guide, pretty links, upsells and downsells, service provider and coaching template, virtual summit templates, success path / membership, and so on and so forth. So I've got a lot of different templates and guides that I'm planning on creating. And what I just showed you, these are classic example of the different things that I plan on creating. Okay, so let me just get back on the screen. So what I just showed you, that is an example of Blue. And these are the different processes that I have in place. So what I just showed you is the EranTemplates roadmap on the different things. Obviously, it's not surveyed. So I just did a brain dump on the different things that I have. There's, of course, other things. So for example, in the to-do, one of the boxes that showed the pre-March templates, that's basically, I have inside a list of all the templates I want to make sure are released before I open the members area. Okay, so that's that. So that's Blue. I've got a lot of other automations like that, but yeah, that's to give you a bit of an idea. Next question. What video, your video editing tutorials course, can I get this to my VA, and what video editing software are you using? So it's a great question. The video editing tutorials that I use are, okay, number one, I don't do my own video editing anymore. I can, I've learned how to do it. I have done it. I've recorded tutorials on how to do it, but I don't do it anymore. It's just too time consuming. I have 2 full-time video editors to do my video editing. The tutorials course are using software called Flixier, wave.video, Clickscribe Kapwing, and I think there is one other. Oh, Canva, of course. Okay, and I think there's one more, but at least those 5. Now, you got to understand something about the video editing. The video editing, it's more about concepts and understanding the different style. So the software doesn't matter as much, although some software have some variations. Some are better than others, some are easier to use than others. But the primary thing you need to know is that the video tutorials are organized in a way where I teach people what is a B-roll, how to do it, how to set it up, things along these lines. So a video editor can go through that course and kind of get an idea. So if you basically go through any of my videos, like if you go watch my recent 3-part video series on how to launch an online business from scratch, you'll see the video editing. If you like that style, you're going to love the video editing course, and you can buy that course and basically share it with a virtual assistant. The only way to buy that course, by the way, is actually to join my tech support membership. That's the only place it's available. I will sell that course in its own right, but for now, it's just available as part of a membership. So that's that. I need a website. Which platform should I use? It depends, okay? Like, depending what software you want to use, depending on what you're trying to set up. If your most priority part of your business is funnels, Systeme is really good. If your priority is community, strictly, Mighty Network might be really good. If you don't have a budget, you might want to go with something free. It just depends. I personally love Systeme.io. It's one of the cheapest. You can start up for free, and then there's a paid plan, which is $197 a year, which more than 80% of my clients are on the $197 a year plan, and that is more than enough for them. So I definitely recommend that. You can go to eran.link /SIO40 if you want to check it out. If you want to get a consult about the software for you specifically, you can go to eranfunnels.com /software. You notice I have a pretty link for everything. And let me tell you something about pretty links. Pretty links are amazing because I can share those things. eran.link /blah. And this is a strategy that I'll talk about, but I definitely recommend, that's going to be a whole guide. But anyway, that's just a great strategy because it's great on live videos. Is this membership something different from the EranTemplates? So yes, let me explain. EranTemplates is the templates and coaching membership, basically. So if you go to erantemplates.com, that is the membership. You'll find a sales page. So let me just share my screen on that. EranTemplates. Okay, so if you go to erantemplates.com, you're going to see this sales page. And this sales page is going to explain to you everything you need to know about the membership. So you'll see a sales video that explains the 4-step framework to making and living online. You're going to get here an explainer on who it's for, a little bit of information, some testimonials, how it works, the framework, bonuses, 1, 2, 3 bonuses, the deadline. It's only three days left. And what you're going to receive, the 2 pricing plans, take your pick. And there's an upsell here, an order bump in case you don't have a landing page done and you're using Systeme, Kajabi, or Zenler. I definitely recommend you tick that and grab the upsell, the order bump as well. It's totally optional, but of course, I'd recommend that. Now, the templates and coaching membership is different to my tech support membership. My tech support membership, you get access to my virtual assistants. You get access to group calls with me on Zoom at least once a week, sometimes more. And you get access to an under 24-hour tech support as well, and so on. So that's different. And you will have an option to join that tech support membership as part of the templates. So if you sign up for the templates and coaching, it's $77 a year. You will see there's going to be an upsell for the tech support membership in case you want it. Totally optional. You don't have to, and that's totally fine. But those are the 2 different memberships. They're not like 2 different tiers. They're 2 separate memberships completely. One is tech support, one is coaching and templates. Okay. All right, next question is uno momento. I signed up for a trial for the bigger membership for the $55 a month and the $77 a year. Which one do I pay for? Okay, so yeah, they're 2 separate memberships. If you pay for the $77 and then you take the upsell to pay for the tech support membership, you will continue to pay for both. If you want to keep both. If you want to cancel the tech support, you'll cancel the tech support, but you'll still keep the templates and coaching. If you want to cancel the templates and coaching, you can still keep the tech support, basically. Anybody that was in the tech support membership before the launch, they get everything, but that's just because they were the founders for the tech support membership. So I always try to reward those that are founding members from the very beginning. Okay, we're coming to the end. I've got 3 more questions here. TidyCal versus Calendly. Which one do you recommend? Now, there's a bit of context on that. Let me just... Okay, so let me just give you some context about that question. So the person said they need to have multiple events. They also need to have payment integration, Stripe, PayPal, and email reminders. So TidyCal and Calendly, they are both great. TidyCal is a one-time payment from AppSumo, which I don't recommend usually one-time deals, but in this case, I have no problem buying TidyCal. I have bought it from one of my virtual assistants. There is a specific reason why I choose Calendly, and that is Teams. So Teams and also, what's the feature? There's a feature of it. It's called availability. And the availability feature is really important for me because with TidyCal, if you have multiple events, and let's just say you want to change your schedule around, you're going to have to change the schedule on every single event, basically, which is total pain. my VAs and myself, we have multiple events, 6, 7, maybe even 8 events, which means if I want to block out a day where I'm like, no, I'm doing a launch, for example, or I'm taking a week off and I want to block my time. If I'm using TidyCal, I have to go and block that day on 8 different calendars. Complete pain in the butt. Okay. If I'm using Calendly, I can go to one calendar and block out that day. So that's why I use Calendly, and I'm willing to pay for it because it's just a feature that makes it a lot easier. Additionally, Calendly offers text reminders, which I really like. Additionally, Calendly has a feature called routing forms, which is a totally stupid name, but it's an amazing feature. In fact, I'm going to be recording a tutorial on how to create a quiz funnel using Calendly, using routing forms. That's going to be in the next, this is one of the things that I have on my roadmap to get done before the middle of the year, but I need to do it myself, test it out, and then I'll show you how to do it. It is super freaking cool feature. I've already tested it. Can't wait to share with you, but I need to spend probably 2-3 days full time to map it out and record videos, create different parts of a funnel and different automations to automate the entire process, and it's going to be freaking amazing. Okay, so anyway, that's a whole different thing, but that's when I use Calendly. If you're using Calendly, if you need a calendar just for one event, maybe 2 events, go with TidyCal. If you have more than that, you're better off with Calendly. That's my suggestion. All right, next question. With your yearly, can I get the templates upon purchase? I especially like the system templates and email swipes. So like I said, there's going to be a bunch of system templates right away. There's going to be a bunch of email templates right away, but it's not going to be everything. It's just going to be, as time evolves, I'm going to add more and more. So you have to be patient. Like, I'm not going to release everything in one go. It's going to be bit by bit. But that's my goal, is to turn this membership into world-class membership. And that's going to be my main focus, I estimate. So there you go. I use you can book me. Yeah, you can book me is fine too. Yeah, I personally prefer. I've used you can book me. I've used Schedule Once. I've used Meet Fox, TidyCal, Calendly. I personally prefer Calendly over everybody else, but again, totally up to you. I think You Can Book Me is owned by Squarespace, if I remember correctly. Anyway, totally fine. Whatever you're used to. Honestly, they all more or less do the same thing. I personally like Calendly the most. What platform do I use for my sales page on EranTemplates? I use Systeme.io for that. Actually, I'm going to give you more specific answer to that, actually. So there is a number of pieces that I use. This video is actually using a software called vidello. This is an embed code, and I use ElfSight for that, which is another software I pay for, which I'll talk about it in another webinar. This is an image from Canva, image from Canva, image from Canva, image from Canva, image from Canva. And this is all Systeme, integrated with Stripe and PayPal. Okay. Questions. This is my last question. For new Zenler, must I use Thrivecart and Stripe, or do I need just one? Answer is you just need one. You don't need to use Thrivecart, basically. Thrivecart is great. I use Thrivecart actually for, there is a reason why I use Thrivecart, and you will find out why I'm using Thrivecart as well. Not with Systeme. I use Thrivecart for a totally different business, which you will find out more about by April, give or take. And I'll announce it as well. It's going to be really freaking exciting. Members are going to love that surprise. Okay, so I'm not telling you what it is, but you're going to freaking love it. It's going to be really cool. Why not Zenler? For my sales page, I'm a Zenler customer for the purpose of guiding and coaching other people on Zenler and recording tutorials and growing my YouTube channel and supporting my people. But I personally prefer Systeme.io for my use case. That's just my personal preference. They have better automations that I need. better builder. The builder to me is a life changer. It's just such a, not life changer, but business changer, I guess you could say. Okay, the builder is just really, really good, and it's a lot easier to set up. Zenler is also great. I've got no complaints on Zenler. Well, I have some complaints on Zenler. I've got complaints on everything, like any software is not perfect, but I have a video tutorial on my YouTube channel if you want to check out. Just Google or YouTube Zenler versus Systeme around Bukai, you'll find it. Can you post that name? Sorry, what name? You can clarify what name. I'd love to answer that question, but if you can clarify your question on that. Let's see if I've got other questions. Hang on, let me just go to the Facebook. Zenler, Thrivecart, TidyCal. I think I've answered everything. I'm just looking to see if there's any other questions. Bear with me for a second. Hey, Emily. Oh, sorry, Vanessa. Emily. Vanessa, great question. Stripe is the payment processor. This is where the actual payments get collected, basically. Oh, okay. This is where payments actually get connected. That's what you need. So, Vanessa, you're using Zenler. So we will connect Zenler and Stripe to talk together. You can actually book a call with Peter. He will actually help you connect it, okay? Thrivecart is a payment funnels software, which is, it's a great software. I use it. But if you're using Zenler, which you are, I know you're using Zenler, Vanessa, you do not need Thrivecart, okay? It's an extra $1,000 and you don't need it. So, yeah, Thrivecart is just a software for accepting payments, basically. It also have a course area as well, but you have everything taken care of with Zenler, so don't worry about it. Usually you would use Thrivecart specifically if you're using WordPress, for example. But if you're using Systeme.io or Kajabi or Zenler, you typically don't need Thrivecart. I get it. ElfSight. ElfSight is a software of small, tiny tools. And what they do, I'll actually show you what it does, basically. So what it does is it basically, it has many different tools. One of the tools is it actually pulls information from my Facebook business page and automatically puts the testimonials, the embed code on my pages. So I don't have to copy and paste my testimonials. I don't have to take screenshots. I don't have to get them designed on Canva. It automatically pulls the information. If anybody goes to my Facebook business page right now and leaves me a review, it will automatically add the review right here. It basically keeps the reviews in real time updated at all times. So that's why I use ElfSight. It's just a way to automate showcasing my Facebook reviews on my sales pages, basically. And that alone is value to me. It's, so I think I pay $160 a year and, $10 a month or $12 a month. And to me, that's value enough because it saves me time having to utilize the testimonials in another way because I have a lot of testimonials. I get a lot of testimonials. So, and then there's some other tools that they have as well, which are really cool. So that's that. ElfSight. I will do a session on that, by the way. I sent an email to my list as well. Let me just stop my share for a second. I actually sent an email to my list just before this call, and I made a list. Let me just tell you what the list is. This is actually a really good point for me to bring up. So I wrote, we all have the same 24 hours in a day, depending on your life situation. Let me just make sure that you can still see me. Yep. Depending on your life situation, the time you have to start and grow an online business, it's different. Now, I don't have any kids, so obviously I don't have that time, consumption of the day. But I did used to work a 9-to-5 job, so I did build my business while working a 9-to-5 job. So I understand that people have different life situations. Now, the thing is that I can make a list of all the different software tools that I use in my business, but it's easy to put a guide together, but it's difficult to record a video because I don't want to do a video to go for so long. Like the video I'm doing right now, I mean, I'm answering Q&A. It's been an hour now. If I was to explain every single software that I use, I'll probably be here for 5 hours. I don't want to do that. So I made a list of the different different software tools that I use in my business. And I said, which ones do you want me to cover in a training video? So I'll read off the list: Google Docs, Google Sheets, Switchy, linkredirect.io, wave.video, email badge, ElfSight, TextBlaze, Loom, Calendly, Blue, Systeme.io, TubeBuddy, Searchie, Simple Booklet, Canva, vidello, Group Collector, Airtable, Pori, Video Ask, and Go Full Page. Which one do you know? Which one of these you don't know and want to hear about? I'm curious, so you can let me know, and then I'll record a tutorial on the most ones that are most interesting. So there you go. These are just some examples off the top of my head of the different tools that I use. I use a lot of tools, but these are like primary tools that I use for various use cases. So yep, there you go. Cool. Thanks everybody for tuning in. I really appreciate the engagement and the questions. Thanks, Vanessa. Dale, I think it is amazing that I'm in my family room in Canada at 4:18 in the afternoon while you're in Dubai in the middle of the night. What a dedicated guy. Thank you for your energy. I appreciate it, Dale. Yeah, I am. It's 2:21 a.m. If you saw me like suppressing a yawn a couple of times because I'm a bit tired, to be honest. But yeah, I did want to do this live stream to answer a bunch of questions and so on. I'm really excited to have you in the membership, by the way. So that's really awesome. And yeah, bonuses you get when you join the membership: Facebook organic mini course for 30 days, landing page in a day as well. Let me just share my screen. I'll actually just share my screen and show you. Facebook organic mini course, which is the strategy that I use to get customers in my business online as a course creator, freelancer, membership site owner, or coach. And it's a 2-hour course. It's going to help you get customers. Landing page in a day course as well, which is, I mean, honestly, you can literally have your landing page done in a single day if you follow the strategies here. Specifically, if you're using Zenler, Kajabi, or Systeme, it will be easier with Systeme. It's also pretty easy with Zenler. Yeah. And text automations in a day. Listen, if you are not using text automations in your life, you are just like wasting your time. I'm going to show you an example. I can't stand this. I don't know what do I have to do to get people to understand how valuable this is. I'm going to show you a realistic example. So let's just pretend for a moment that somebody has sent me an inquiry to work with me one-on-one. Okay? Now, I can tell you right now, I get an inquiry like that every week. Now, do I really want to write the email reply every single time? That is such a waste of time. So what do? I use a text automation. Have a look at what I'm going to type right now. I'm going to do it slowly. /11 quote. You see what just happened? Thank you so much for your email. So my way of building websites is not your traditional done for you. Will you pay me? Give me a bunch of content. Da 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 da. Look at all this answer. Look at this freaking great answer. This whole answer was done with one text shortcut. Okay. Here's another example. When somebody cancels my membership, which people cancel, that happens, I type in /return. And then they get this email. Hey, long time no speak. Notice you canceled the membership, blah, 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 blah. Okay, another one. If I haven't spoken to somebody for a long time, I would do it in my membership. I would do /long. And I will do that. If I want to approve somebody to join who just joined my Facebook group, I will do /approve. Look at that. I get a whole email, a whole message. Okay. I have a lot of automations like this. So many automations. It's just ridiculous, right? I've got probably 100 automations. And it's silly that people don't use this. Like if you are not using automations in your business, you are literally wasting your time, guaranteed. So anyway, that's a course that you get when you join the membership right away. So I definitely recommend that. And there you go. Let me just see if there's any other questions. Always fantastic with you, Eran, going to join the membership. Awesome. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Dean, great to see you. Freaking amazing. I want to learn this. Tell me about it. It is just like, I'm just like, oh my God, what do I have to do to get people to follow this? This is look such a massive time saver. Hey, Shauna, I'm seeing you on Instagram. Awesome, awesome. By the way, everybody, Shauna is, one of my loyal clients. She just joined the membership as well. She was in my tech support membership. We've worked one-on-one. I'm going to be doing live stream with her on her Instagram in 2 days. All my days are mixed up. I don't even know what day it is. In a couple of days, we'll do that, I think. But the reason I'm telling you that is, of course, you're welcome to join the live stream and check out our Instagram. She actually has you're welcome to check it out. I can leave a link somewhere if you want to check it out, or just follow me on Instagram. But the thing is, why I'm telling you that is because this is a collaboration I'm doing with her to help share my membership as well to her audience. And just so you know, like, I'm going to, any signups that come as a result of her, I'm going to pay her $25 per signup. So if you want to do a live stream to your audience, if you want to do a podcast, if you want to do a joint YouTube video, I'm like awake 24/7 at the moment for the next few days while I'm doing this launch. Just hit me up. Let's hop on a Zoom call or a live stream on your Instagram, on your Facebook page, your Facebook group, whatever you want, and let's do that. Okay. Why can't you see when I write you? Yeah, there is a permission, Judy, that I need to give you. I think it's Judy. There is a permission that you need to give on your Facebook. So anyway, I'll have to find the tutorial on that and I'll send it to you. So next time when you do this, I can actually see your questions. Or you can come to YouTube and do that, because in YouTube, you don't need to do those permissions. Okay. Great to see you, Dean. Thanks for joining, Dean. I answered your questions about the video editors privately, but I also appreciate your questions, and I answered it in this today's live stream as well. Yes. Awesome. Okay, so let me just see if there's anything else. Let me just have a look. Oh, I had another question I forgot to answer. For people that have joined my membership, you would notice you have received an invoice from, I'll read it out to you, your receipt from Better World, FZCO. Now, why is that important? Because, in case you didn't know, I think most of you know, I live in Dubai. Okay. I previously lived in Australia for 19 years. My company, my official company registered in Australia, is called Bukai Enterprises. When I moved to Dubai, I registered my company here because it's tax-free here as well. And I've got a video explaining why I moved to Dubai. The company that I registered is called Better World. That's actually the name of my company. So that's where you're getting the invoice from Better World. So anyway, I like the name because obviously that's kind of the intention. And I wanted to be, like, I could have labeled it around Bukai. I could have labeled it Bukai Enterprises. I could have called it .com Truths. I wanted to label it based on the transformation or the goal of, because, I'm doing a tech support membership. I'm doing a templates and coaching membership. I'm doing another business in a couple of months, which is a brand new business I've never done before, and so on. So these businesses, what they have in common is trying to create a better world in my way. I mean, of course, there's the charities and nonprofits, and there's different, many people using their skills and expertise and whatever to make this world better, right? So whatever company I create, I don't like to create a company just for the sake of creating a company. I'd like to do it in a way that, helps people, basically. So that's why I called it Better World. So that's why the invoice says Better World. It is my company, registered in Dubai. So anyway, little inside skin in case you didn't actually, I haven't really told anybody this thus far. So there you go. Okay. Let's see if I've got another question here. I am not seeing any other question. Let me just go to my email. Thanks, Dale. Really appreciate you being here. Cool. All righty. You're so what? Oh, fly big. Hardworking. I am. I have no shame in my hustle. Even though I hate that word, I hate the connotation of that word. I don't like to promote that, but I do like to work hard, and I think that's, you know, part of one of my superpowers. So there you go. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. I assume it's Judy. Love for you to join the membership. That's awesome. And yeah, again, go to EranTemplates.com. $77 a year. Cart closes in 3 days. So yeah, that's about it. Thanks a lot for tuning in. Really appreciate you. And I'll